This project is about distance, understood as a state of relationship. This project is about the body, its manifestations, about movement in the world, about action and passivity. This project is about time and space, about paradoxes, and the role that metaphors play in the way we understand the world through them. What role does the body play in the complex framework of relationships that define time and space? Thus began the sensitive research, which has found affect as its cornerstone, making me understand the word as a trigger of movement. Language, which I consider a manifestation of the body. Action, I would dare to say, even if the muscles remain at rest. Paradoxical. In the context of this class, new media, and in relation to my sensitive research, I consider the body a fundamental part of this process that insists on resisting the tendency to automation and the simulation of corporalities. For this reason, the devices derived from this process are tools that amplify and question, thinking from, through, and about the body and its capacities as a subject, object of reflection and creation. The devices, far from being mere tools, are embedded in the constellation of relationships, which through metaphors detonate possibilities and critical and reflexive speculations through their functionality and their forms of employment. First, speaking. Starting with this presentation. The device I'm carrying at this moment, equipped with a small speaker that apparently replaces the user's mouth, facilitates the amplification of sound by lending a foreign body or the placement of a voice in space. The verbal action, contrasted with the passivity of the body, is an image of the possibility of movement through emotions. Action, active, through the act of speech. This space, given to me to speak, which is everyone's time, is used to amplify my voice, but also of those who accompany me. Saturday, July 23rd, 5 p.m. Germany, noon in Colombia. A series of readings will cross the Atlantic to be amplified and placed by foreign bodies in the facilities of this building. Between tropics and affections, transatlantic performative readings. This is the title of the first action, which invites a group of people in my native country to share their thoughts on movement, affections, and distance, amplifying their voices, read live by means of a facial apparatus like the one I'm wearing now, which, attached to a foreign body, places the words on a stage that thinks about the here and now. Second, listen. Before or after the act of speech, I don't know yet, questions about sound have taken on a paradoxical character. How are sounds recorded in memory? And how are they accessed when we try to remember them? Speaking of time in relation to space, my interest in memories has taken on a methodological value. That is to say, experience has served me as a tool for reflection within my sensitive process of creation. Action, passive, through the act of listening. Incisors. This is a title of the counterpart of this two-headed process. Starting from a dental metaphor, which arises from a misunderstanding in a foreign language, I develop an amplification device by means of bone vibration that invites to obstruct the hegemonic forms of listening and proposes, by means of this paradoxical gesture, other ways of approaching the word that incite and reflect on the forms and contents that integrate and move the creation of meaning. Ich habe gebissen. Ich habe gebissen. This is the misinterpretation I was referring to. It may seem clumsy, but the linguistic distance made me think that they sound the same. Paradoxical, the finding of meaning in the mistake, which in the battle vindicates the possibility of the triggering in small gestures. Biting the past in an act of consciousness. This process observed the front teeth as creators of meaning. Anatomically, the incisor teeth allow the pronunciation of words such as time or distance. The displacement of the tongue, regulated by the position of the incisors, allows the vibration of the vocal cords in relation to the oral cavity to produce an escape of air that makes possible the pronunciation of these words, time or distance, which among other things structure the reasons for this project. The only resource I have to talk about sound in my memory is the image, paradoxically. This process, which is still going on, concentrated on metaphors as tools of speculation, in the contradictions, in the contrasts. This process, which is still going on, presents a speaking body and an incisive voice. This process, which belongs to many, has seen time as a space of possibilities.
Thank you.